By default, the commander's weapon is a mediocre laser. It's not very strong, but it can fire while moving. It can kill very few units before the commander dies. However, the commander also has a very powerful weapon, the D-gun. This weapon can kill all units in one shot. You must fire the weapon manually, and carefully. Press D key to select D-gun, and then left-click to fire. Every shot costs a lot of energy, so fire only if necessary. Your shots are pretty limited in early game. It is also possible to capture enemy or even allied units. Select Capture by going to the second commands page. Left-click the target and the commander will slowly capture. When the capture bar is full, the unit will belong to you. A very useful ability is cloaking. When cloaking is enabled, the commander is invisible to units' line of sight loss. Cloaking is very expensive, and cannot be afforded more than few seconds in early game. Be very careful in a battle, commanders die with a huge blast. This makes them priority targets, when they are mixed with enemy armies. Neighboring commanders' explosions can easily chain and trigger your own death. Don't hesitate to run into an enemy comm if given the chance. It's better to die against enemy army than your own. This is a vehicle plant. Vehicles are less agile than K-bots. By converse, they have much higher firepower, health and speed. The price is much higher cost, and limited mobility, especially on ramps and hills. Jeffies and Flashes are direct counterparts of Fleas and Pee-wees. Stumpies are your main battle tank for assaults. They pack a punch and can fire above other units. Pincers are amphibious units. They can cross deep water, and climb slopes like K-bot. They can be useful for surprise attacks. but their characteristics makes them worthless against any other units, especially defenses. So only use them in vulnerable spots. Samsons have peculiar characteristics. They have huge loss and good range. But they can only do very little damage. The mediocre mobility makes so that you can only use them effectively in large numbers or when the situation is static. They are only able to fire in front, so you have to line them up with the target. The tracking missiles are capable to aim and destroy airplanes. The main defense against Samsons is a heavy laser turret, HLT. The high damage and superior range will make short work of them. To destroy heavily defended static positions, artillery can be very useful. While almost unable to hit moving units, the long range is sufficient to shell defenses from safe positions. Janus' main role is anti-assault. They fire a very powerful and seeking missile. However, they take long time to reload and are vulnerable between shots. Mine layers are capable to quickly build invisible mines on the battlefield, for a very high energy cost. Two main types of mines are available: light and heavy. While light mines can only weakly damage units, heavy mines own a very strong blast. To quickly clear mines in an area, use the mine layer's attack command. It is otherwise useless against normal units. While mines won't trigger from your own units, do not idle in a minefield. It's very easy to accidentally trigger a mine in a battle from stray bullets, with devastating effects. The game has two factions: ARM and Core. While most units have a direct equivalent between the two factions, there are some subtle differences. Firing time is shorter for core units, and they are able to fire immediately, while ARM generally reloads faster. The main vehicle difference for Core is that Janus has been replaced with levelers. While the role is the same, levelers achieve it through a very strong cannon, capable to push units while damaging. Flash versus Instigator have complex fighting mechanics, the range differ considerably, and damage too. Head-on assaults will arms out guarantee a victory for Flashes thanks to superior firepower. But if you skillfully skirmish AK and Instigators, the higher mobility and longer range allows you to kill a much larger force without taking damage.